I was saying that when you want to communicate your idea in English, usually we're gonna use modal verbs. Oh, sorry, tag questions. Tag questions are kind of interesting, by the way. Okay, let's keep going. Now, let me share, please, again what I was sharing previously. I'm sorry, I'm connected in with two devices because there was no other. I'm sorry, I was it's not the other option, but let's keep going with this. So, okay, what we have here is that, for example, we have I pull the blue cord, don't I? Don't I pull the blue cord? So we have to check out if this is a model. Oh, sorry, is this a tag question or not? And here we have that I pull the blue cord, don't I? Is a modal verb. Sorry, tag question, right? And don't I pull the blue cord is a normal question. So we can use a, but the idea is to communicate your idea, and somebody wants, you want, you want that somebody must be, must agree with your idea. So we have here in both sentences, the speaker believes that that he should pull the blue cord and wants to check this information. And so he wants to be sure. He wants to be sure that that happens. Isn't the view great? Is a question. The view is great, isn't it? For example, this is both in both cases also the speaker is commenting on the view. But the first one is not exactly that question. In the second option, of course, we can see that it is. It is a tag question. Okay, but also in negative yes no questions, we can have like affirmative yes no questions, negative yes no questions. Begin with a form of be or an auxiliary verb such as have, do, will, can, or should. So in that case, please, Astrid, can you read for me?
Mm, orange sharks vegetarians?
Yes. Continue, please.
Haven't you had lunch yet? Can you swim somewhere else? Didn't you see the shark warning sign?
Okay. Then also we have some auxiliary verbs, right? Like haven't, can't, or aren't, and didn't you. So all of them are questions, right? But negative yes no questions, right? All of them are negative yes no questions. But it can start with, with an auxiliary verb like be. In the be, we can use is, are, right? But also we have, can, did, and are. So some auxiliary verbs for negative yes no questions. Of course, the answer can be over here. Sorry, haven't you had lunch yet? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Aren't sharks vegetarians? Yes, they are. Right, or something like that. But tag questions, basically, tag questions with statement. The statement expresses an assumption. The tag means right or isn't that true? And basically, that's the way or the meaning of that question, or we can use in that way that questions. Okay. Well, let's continue, please. You read, Cynthia. Can you read for me, please? I'm sorry.
Yes, teacher. It's a long way down. isn't it?
Yes, it's a long way down, isn't it? Very good. So also I said at the beginning that it's important to mention that when we have, in this case, this statement is positive, right? And of course, the tag question here is negative. And the same will happen in the following examples, in the other examples. Let's continue. Well, this is the statement, and this is the tag. When we have a positive statement, we're gonna have a negative tag, negative tag question. So, just a moment, please. What else do we have here? So, let's continue reading this one, please. See, Cynthia.
Okay. I went the wrong way, didn't I?
Thank you. The same here, positive or negative tag question. But also, we have to take into account something that's important. If we are talking about the past, of course, we're going to use automatically didn't I, right? Or the same time tense. And well, the statement and the tag. What about this one? What about this one? Let's check it out. So when we talk about this example also, we have, continue reading, please, Cynthia.
The rope will hold me, won't it?
Okay. Oops. I hope everything's gonna be okay. I think I don't know if it's my connection, but hopefully my connection is okay. This rope will hold me, won't it? Right? So the thing that I was okay. Can you listen to me? Hello, hello,
Yes, teacher. I hear you.
hello. Can you listen to me?
Yes, teacher.
Hello, Astrid, Cynthia. I hope you can listen to me right now. I had a problem with my connection, I think. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Ah, yes, there is. Okay, so the statement, when the statement is affirmative, the tag will be negative, or vice versa when the statement when the statement is affirmative, the tag is negative. If the statement verb is negative, the tag will be affirmative. So basically, this is gonna be an example. This rope will hold me wounded. Negative tag question. And let's continue with the next one. What do we have here? Astrid, can you read for me, please, this one?
You won't talk for too long, will you?
Yes. And negative statement and positive or affirmative tag. So that's common. And form the tag with a form of be or an auxiliary verb such as have, do, will, can, or should. And we're going to use the same auxiliary, of course, in the tag question. So I'm sorry. This one. You bought life insurance, didn't you? Right? Past, and of course, it's going to be the same. He has done this before, hasn't he? On the same here, we have positive statement and negative tag. What about this one? He isn't serious, is he? Negative statement and positive tag. So, of course, also we're going to use the same auxiliary, is and is. Okay. But you have to be careful. In the tag, only use pronouns. Okay. When the subject of the statement is that, the subject of the tag is it. So we have to be careful with that. For example, Tom isn't enjoying this. Is Tom? Okay, in that case, it's okay, but no, in this case, sorry, we are talking about this, right? But Tom isn't enjoying this. Is he? Right? That wasn't my parachute, was it? Instead of that, we're gonna use it. This is much better, a better example to use for. That wasn't my parachute, was it? Is an example. But what about this one? Oh no, we're gonna practice good examples, please. You can swim, can't you? Let's do, please. Everyone will do the start questions in order to practice, please. And let's do it. Okay, this is high enough. And remember how to use instead of this. What should we use? Okay, and let's do it, please.
The first is this is high enough, isn't it?
Okay. This is high enough, isn't it? Instead of this, we're gonna use it, right? Don't forget about that. What do you think is number 2, please? Let's do it.
The road won't break, will it?
Yes. Number 3, continue, please, Cynthia. What about number 3?
We don't have enough food, do we?
Then the next one, please. Let's
He didn't bring the helmets, did he?
very good. And the next one,
She hasn't given us the right purchase, has she?
yes, sorry. Number six, please.
We should check the map, shouldn't we?
Very good. Shouldn't we? Positive and negative. Very good. Number seven, please.
Our guidebook does this all the time, doesn't he?
Yes, that's it. Very good. Okay. But also, it's important to take into account the intonation in tag questions, the pronunciation, correct way of pronounce tag questions. Use tag questions in conversations when you expect the other person to agree with you. This is in this type of tag question, the voice falls on the tag. Like, you didn't wear a seatbelt, did you? The speaker is checking information he believes is correct. He expects the listener to answer and agree. Okay, so usually the question will be like that. You didn't wear a seatbelt, did you? Did you? Okay, because he wants to say that he didn't use it. That's why he's like this. He wants him to agree with this idea. You're right. I didn't wear a seatbelt, for example. Yes, because probably that's the answer. He proposed one idea based in some evidence. And what about this one? That hurts, doesn't it? That has, doesn't it? Is, well, that question also, right? Oh, aha, right. Instead of talk question is more like a statement than a question. The listener can just nod or say aha to show that he or she is listening and agrees. Okay. That has, doesn't it? The host asks the writer. Okay. But also talking about the intonation of tag questions, uh, for example, can be used to get information. This type of tag question is more like a question, right? Like this. Can you help me to read this one, please, Cynthia? Cynthia, are you there? Can you help me reading this?
Yes, teacher. This isn't dangerous, is it?
Continue, please.
Well, sometimes there are sharks.
Okay, let's continue with this.
Okay. This parachute will open up before we land.
This
Won't it?
parachute, yes,
Okay. That's what they told us in the skydiving class.
okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
And
teacher.
also, we can answer to some questions. By the way, it's possible to answer to some questions. Uh, but when we answer to some questions, usually we're gonna talk about, we're gonna use like this. There's a hospital nearby, isn't it there? Yes, there is, right? But the answer is yes. if the information is correct. If it's not correct, the answer will be not negative, right? Doesn't doesn't your parachute work? No, it doesn't. One example about that. The answer is no if the information is not correct. Okay. So now we have to write some examples with yes no questions. For example, this one. Please don't bite me. No, we don't. We just like to hug. But how do you think is number one and number two? Okay, sorry. How do you think is the example one and two? Think about that, please. You can write a dialogue about one and two, please. Go ahead. Let's read. Think about it. How do you think it works? Go ahead, please. Let's do number one and two. Okay, let's try to do the number one. How do you think can be the example? Octopus.
This octopus is harming, uh, isn't it? Right.
Yes, can be this octopus. Mm, yes, we can say like, or maybe the octopus. The third question, right? The octopus.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Yes, can be very good. The octopus is dangerous, isn't it? Yes, that can be a good example of that question. The answer can be how do you think can be the answer for this question? For that question.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yes, it is, right? Yes, it is. Or no, it's not. What about the number two? How do you think we can do the number two? Any ideas?
The piranha fish doesn't bite,
Okay.
doesn't eat, does eat. Sorry.
Piranhas doesn't eat. Does it? We can say, right? But in this case, piranha maybe is don't maybe right? It's plural, but we can say maybe a piranha. Okay, something like that. But it's okay. So tag questions are very useful in English, of course. We can use tag questions in different circumstances. So now we're gonna practice with tag questions. Okay, we're gonna work with this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, the one that I want to do is to assign you an activity. Okay, I was about to assign you an activity right now. Just a moment, please. Okay, what you're gonna do is to work with this tag questions. Okay, Okay, just a moment, please. I will send you this one. Okay, let's do this. I am sending you to the chat box. And you have to solve it. Can you see did you get the link, please? Can you let me know that? Okay. Now, please, let's get the link, and you have to start. Were you able to get the link? Please let me know that. Okay. Sorry, Cynthia, are you able to do that? Were you able to get the link and start the activity?
Sorry, teacher. I'm hearing.
Okay, okay, don't worry.
What can I do, teacher?
You have to do the quiz. You have to start and do the quiz.
Okay, okay, teacher.
You have to link. You have to get the link, by the way.
I start, but maybe I use the name the last class you gave me, teacher. But
But yeah,
I
I'm
try.
gonna send. Yeah, but do you have the link? Can you see the link?
Yes, teacher. Uh,
Okay, did you finish the game or the quiz? What about you, Astrid? You have finished, right? Um, hello, hello. Can you listen to me, Astrid?
Yes, teacher.
How was the quiz?
It was so.
Why? But you got good punctuation.
Yeah, but I had mistakes. Three mistakes.
Yeah, it's okay. Two mistakes. It's not too much. Two min- well, two mistakes is okay. Okay, but I don't know if Cynthia were able to get the link or something like that. Okay, but let's continue with the next one. What we have here is we have to continue in a practice with a platform with the questions. Okay, let me share please my screen and we're gonna work with these examples. So uh, let's think about these examples and let's solve it, please. Let's do it.
Um, you're Nick Crawford, aren't you? You don't trust me, do you?
Okay.
Nick can speak Spanish, can he? Um, he plays soccer, and doesn't he? You are a journalist, are you? Nick doesn't know Amy, does he? He can explain, can he?
Very good. It's perfect. Okay. Let's continue with the next activity. Okay, we have to work together over here. And let's do it, please. Okay, what about the number one? Can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Isn't he?
Which one is correct?
Teacher, in that case, it will be both the first and the second, maybe, or only the second.
Yeah, usually it's also important to mention this. In tag questions, usually we use a lot of contractions, by the way,
Okay.
but both of them can be okay. Okay. What about number two?
You do go and don't you?
Okay.
Don't you?
Then you. Okay. Number three. What do you think is?
Teacher, the second sentence is correct, teacher.
Okay. You mean shan't we? Not really.
Sorry.
Maybe in that case, let's is a kind of invitation, right?
Teacher, I think that she refers to you to go to school in this in second sentence.
I'm sorry. I went out by mistake. Uh, what about you're about to say something, please. What was your question? Do you listen to me?
Yes, teacher. I asked for the second
Yeah.
for
What
the
was your
second
question?
for the second sentence, teacher. It's correct.
Second option? Yes. You mean you go to school? You do go to school? Do you? Aren't you? Which one? Or don't you? That one? Or what do you? Which
Two
one do you
verbs
mean?
together. You do go.
Okay. You mean yes? The sentence, right? Sometimes can be considered like correct. In this case, don't you is okay. Sometimes we say you do go to school, right?
Yes, and what is the meaning, teacher? And what is the rule when we can use two verbs together?
It's the same like you go to school. The rule, you do go to school. Sometimes we say, we use a lot do in English, like like you go to school is something similar, but that means that you go to school. Something so much the same, like the example. Okay, we can also use sometimes. What about number three? What do you think is the answer for three?
Shan't we?
Shan't we? No, shan't is not possible, right? Usually we're gonna use, but this is also something interesting, right? We don't, this is positive, right? Let's go for a walk. But this is a bit special, and in this case we can say shall we? Okay, what about number four? We won't be late,
Will we?
will we? Yes. How about number five?
One day.
Nobody called. What do you think is? Do you think is didn't they or did they?
Okay. Didn't they?
Didn't they? But in this case, nobody called is negative.
Okay. Did they?
Did they? Okay. And what about number six?
Wouldn't they?
Wouldn't they? Yes.
One day.
Won't they, right? Won't they? Yes, not wouldn't they, because will, won't. Seven.
The months that.
You must lock the door. Positive and negative. Remember.
Must be with teacher.
Mustn't we? Number eight.
I'm right. I'm not. I'm not that. I.
No.
I'm I.
Aren't I? Number nine. So you bought a car.
What I need, teacher?
No.
I haven't.
No.
This is a negative question, teacher. So you bought the car.
So you bought a car. Yeah, in this case it's positive, right? But the thing is that there is not something we are not using. We cannot use have. You cannot use where. The only option that we have there is did, right? So in, yeah, tag questions used to be like that in some, but we're gonna see it. Okay. What about 10? What do you think is?
Would you?
Would you? Okay, let's check. Oh, okay. Over here, number one is this one. I will send you to the chat box. So number one is that correct? He's still
Yes.
sleeping, isn't he? Number two, you do go to school, don't you? Right?
Yes, it's correct.
Number three, let's go for a walk.
Show me. It's correct.
Yes. And number four, we won't be late, will we? Correct, right?
Yes, teacher.
Nobody called, did they? Mhm. I think yes. And they will wash the car, won't they? Okay. And we must lock the doors. Hmm, mustn't we, right?
Yes, teacher.
All right, aren't I? Yes, this is kind of special. Not a special, but I can say that, yeah, everything is good. So you bought a car, did you? You wouldn't like to invite my dad. Yeah, okay. It was only just something to practice, but in tag questions we can, it's interesting. Sometimes, especially in grammar sections of official tests like Michigan or TOEFL, they used to appear those kind of tags, but we have to be careful. Sometimes tends to be a bit confusing. Even tag can be very. The only way to be sure is to practice. Okay, to practice a lot, to try more and more quizzes and stuff like that in about tag questions. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can listen to me right now. I hope so.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, just a moment, please. Now, in our grammar section, also we have a definite and indefinite articles. In English, it's very common to see that definite and indefinite articles. But especially when we write, it's very common also too. It's common also to use definite and indefinite articles. But let me share, according to our activities here, we have that one, and please let me share for a moment. When we talk about indefinite articles, it is a and an, right? But indefinite is a. Definite articles are de. Okay, definite and indefinite articles. So are very common in this case. When we talk about indefinite article, usually is when we mention for the first time about something, okay? Or for a singular thing, a or an. And they we use also for singulars, but in this case, uh, we use an before a vowel sound, right? Also, we have to be careful about that. But what about they? They we use for a singular plural noun, but usually when it's the an specific thing or when it's the unique thing that we can find in one place. Okay? For example, we use a or an the first time we mention something, right? When I can say I saw a young man in a sitting in a bench on the main square, and I just wanna continue talking about that person, and I can mention by the second time, and I'm gonna say uh, the young man. Okay, because at the beginning it was not definite; it was indefinite. But then it's gonna be definite article. Okay, so in that way, in that case, I'm gonna use the for the second time. But I'm gonna explain it better in my slides that I have here. Just let me open, please, my slides. Just a moment, please. I'm gonna be able to open that in a couple of seconds. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a bit late. But let me share my screen right now. Um, it's 40, right? Can we check out for 10 more minutes? Is it possible for you to stay in the class, please? Or maybe you're in a hurry, you have to do a different activity as you can't see here. Maybe is it possible to stay 5 more minutes, maybe?
Yes, teacher.
Please, please. Try to do it faster. Okay, I hope so. Okay. This is gonna be possible to do. I was thinking to do something here. Yes, but meanwhile, I just will send my. Sorry, I will share my screen. Can you see my screen? Yes, right? I hope so. Hello, are you there? Okay, can you help me reading this one, please, Cynthia? Hello, hello. Can you listen to me? Okay, hello. Can you listen to me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I think I had a little problem with the connection is not really good right now, and I think the only thing that I want to do right now is to share the poll. I hope it's gonna be possible to share the poll because uh, okay, I'm having troubles with my connection, but at this moment I want to do something. Okay, that's it. I think I am not anymore the. I cannot send the poll right now. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for being in the class, and I hope you can listen to me. So sorry by the connection. I had some problems. So thanks for being in the class, and we're gonna see each other on Monday. But don't forget to do the quiz. I will send the quiz, okay, for you to do, to complete. Okay, have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
See you, teacher.
See you. Bye bye.